again. Welcome back. The best thing about this course is that you're here right now, turning up, showing up, putting the effort in and making a change in your life. So well done so far. Fantastic. Love it when people just show up, get the job done. Now, if you are having any problems at all at this stage, then please do get in touch. Of course, you can email me direct through the Coach Accountable system. That's up in the top left-hand corner on your screen. And of course, you can write stuff in your journal in the Coach Accountable system, and I will see what you write in your journal. And if you've got any problems, don't hesitate to ask. Don't sit there stewing on it. Don't sit there being anxious about it. Just get in touch. That's what it's all about. Okay. Well, today we're going to be talking about the power of words and affirmations. Great subject, something that I have not struggled with in my life because I seem to be always have a positive outlook on stuff. But there are, of course, times in, whether for short periods of time when you struggle through stress and anxiety, when I fall straight into this category where I don't use good words, I don't use good questions, and I don't use good affirmations. Okay. And it's all a matter of practicing and programming your brain. Okay. So let's just kickstart off with the powerful words that we use. Words have a lot of power in what we say. Now, swear words, of course, can be used to emphasize something when you're angry or even when you're teaching or coaching. And I quite often use swear words in hypnotherapy because it just sharpens the person's attention. Don't worry, I'm not going to swear right now. But if I do apologize in advance. But all sorts of words have powerful connotations and don't necessarily have any particular meaning behind them, but can create great change and great thought in the subconscious part of our brain. Now let's look at a word now that I would like you not to use. And that is the word try. Okay. Now try sounds like a great word. Try and try again. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. It doesn't matter if you succeed or fail. All that matters is that you tried. Now, this all sounds very noble. It sounds fantastic. Sounds all well and good, but it always implies failure. Okay. Now, if we put this into a nice little scenario, maybe you're a parent. I'm sure we've all done sports day at school at some point in our lives. And you'd speak to another parent and you ask them, how did your little Johnny or Jessica do? And they go, well, they did put the effort in. They did try. And straight away, you understand that they didn't do very well. Okay. They didn't win anything. They didn't succeed. They tried. So it does imply failure. And that's something we need to learn when we ever use the word try, is that what are we actually telling ourselves? I've had it myself. I've got to do my accounts today. I'll try and do them later. I don't do it. It ends up being done the next day or maybe even the day after that. If you ask a friend to come over and give you a hand moving the furniture or something, you give them a phone call. You say, oh, can you give me a hand on Saturday for a couple of hours? And they go, oh, I'll try. You damn well know they're not going to turn up. What you can do, of course, and this is a great top tip if you ever put in this situation, if anyone says to you, oh, I will try, you can put down, okay, that's great. Is that a yes or a no? So now you're giving them a choice of either a yes or a no. They're not got an open-ended question. They either say yes or no. If they say, well, I don't think I'll be able to do it, so that's a no, then at least you know the answer and you can go and hopefully find someone else to give you a hand. Of course, if they say yes, what they're doing then is they're committing to you. And once they've committed, people feel bad if they don't follow through. So if you can get them to commit to a yes, then that's great. And that's something we've all experienced with pushy salespeople. If they can get you to keep saying yes to certain questions, then by the time they actually come to ask you to sign the dotted line, you've got so used to saying yes that you feel committed into the bargain, whatever it is, and you end up signing it. But being aware that they do these sales techniques, of course, you can kick them into touch and ignore them anyway. So the word try implies failure. So stop trying and start succeeding. Okay, next bit we're going to go on to, again, the power of words, this time in the form of a question. Quite often we bombard ourselves with questions like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? Why is this doing this? Why is so-and-so doing that? Why me? And the why question can have really negative connotations. Okay, so instead of asking why, ask how. When you ask why, you never get an answer. When you ask how, then you're finding a solution. You're finding a reason why this is happening, which straight away implies that you need a solution. So therefore you will find a solution. So how is this happening to me? And it might be that the answer is, it's because such and such and such and such, and this is out of my control. It could be that the computer's dragging itself down so slow and it's messing up all my work. And then, of course, well, one of the best things you can do with a computer when it's going like that, switch it off, switch it on again, and hopefully it'll run a bit smoother, a bit faster, and you can actually get on with your work a lot quicker without all the frustrations of why is this happening. Okay, so try and use the words how instead of why when you're asking yourself what is going on around you. How, sorry, instead of why, ask how. Okay. Also, what you want to do whenever you ask questions, you want to ask the questions about now, what is happening right now, rather than what is happening in the future or what might happen in the future, because of course we can never tell what is going to happen in the future. We might have a good guess, but a lot of the time our guesses are over exaggerated. Our imagination is far more powerful than our logical side of the brain, and everything gets blown out of proportion, and we think, oh my god, the sky's going to fall in, the world's going to end, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. So we don't want to go down that road either. Okay, so try and focus on the questions of what is happening now rather than what is happening in the future, and that way you'll be more in the present and you'll be less anxious. Makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. So there is a particular circumstance, though, however, when the word why can be used in a positive context. Okay. Why might this be a useful thing to do? There it is, straight away in a question, the word why. Well, this is a useful thing to do because what I'm doing is educating people on how words can be powerful, either in a negative or a positive way. Okay, and hopefully you'll get some benefit from it, as I did when I learned about it. So if we are going to ask ourselves questions, you know, we can always ask ourselves that one question of why might this be a useful thing to do? Why might this be a useful thing to be happening right now? Okay, we can learn by our mistakes, of course we can. So we can use these words of why and how and why might this be useful, okay, to help us stay away from the future, keep in the present, and ask questions that are actually going to lead to results and solutions rather than just an open-ended one with a whole feeling of negativity around it. Okay, great stuff. Hope you're following. Hope you're interested. I love this kind of subject. I use a lot of word power in hypnosis, hypnotherapy, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. It's using the right words. If you use the wrong words, you can take people down the wrong path in their own mental health and recovery. So you can make sure you use the correct words to get the correct outcome. So what we're going to move on to now, affirmations. Now, I love the fact that people have come up with the word affirmation. Sounds a lot better than the cliche, the power of positive thinking. Okay, the power of positive thinking. We all know that if, and we see people like it, and I'm one of them, I'm afraid to say that most of the time, I'm always thinking positively, but that takes practice. It doesn't come naturally to a lot of people. We're pre-programmed to think negatively. What if, the anxiety, the reason why we need anxiety, what if such and such, what if this might happen? And that is the way we survive. That's the way we can predict bad outcomes so that we can avoid them. So we need anxiety, we need that, but we get programmed and we get practiced into just thinking negatively all the time. So what we need to do is practice into thinking more positively. And it could be something quite simple as every morning you do your little bit of I'm grateful because of, which again starts triggering the positive feelings and the endorphins that feel because you are grateful and you do appreciate things around you. And we can use this as well with affirmations into thinking, I'm going to have a good day today. Yeah, I'm going to have a good day today. In fact, I'm going to have an amazing day today, and I hope you do too. And just by repeating an affirmation 2 or 3 times, or different affirmations, you might have a list of them you want to do, you can create positive thought throughout your day. And what, of course, you can do, and the amazing thing we have now, mobile phones. is we can actually record our affirmations with our own voices. Just open up your little voice recorder on your phone. You might want to write them down first. You might want to pick ones that you particularly like, and there's loads on this sheet that's being attached. They're great examples. Pick the ones that are most relevant for you and record just a minute and a half, 2 minutes of affirmations which are relative to you that you can listen to anytime during the day. And of course you can repeat. And the great thing about doing it on your phone is you can find an affirmation that you like, listen to it a couple of times, and then repeat it out loud to yourself. And repeating out loud is a lot better than just thinking of it in your head, because it fleets past when it's in your head. When you've got to physically say it out loud, it's like putting the nail into it. It hammers it in. And you, not only does your conscious brain take notice, but your subconscious brain takes notice as well. So say it out loud to yourself. Some people prefer to say it in front of the mirror, looking yourself in the eye and saying, I'm going to have a great day today. Okay, that made me look a little bit mad and psycho. Do apologize. But you know what I'm getting at. You say it in front of the mirror, you look yourself in the eye. You might have a list of affirmations, you might have them on your phone, on a bit of paper, it doesn't matter. And you can just tell yourself 2 or 3 times all these affirmations for 2 or 3 minutes. And you'll be surprised at how that can just change you from feeling negative and glum into really feeling positive about the outcomes of the day. Now, you might not feel like you're in a good state when you start doing your affirmations, and if you're going to record it, make sure you are in a good state already. Maybe do the affirmations first to practice, so you're already feeling good, and then record them. So when you're listening to it, you can feel that punch, that zip, that passion, that drive in your voice already. And always say it like you really, really mean it. And that way, your brain, when listening to it back, will really, really mean it too. And it's a great way of just reprogramming your brain, practicing positive thinking and all that good stuff, so that you're going to live a happier life, because you're going to be less stressed, less anxious. It's going to feel fantastic. Okay. So practice the affirmations. Go through the long list that I've got. Make your own up. These are just examples. There's over 100 examples of different affirmations on this sheet. So please do take what you can from it. Okay. And practice it. There's a little bit in there as well with some top tips on what to do with affirmations and how to do them. Some of them I've already mentioned, and I won't bore you to death with it all right now. So start putting this into your daily routine. Doesn't necessarily have to be done in the morning, but it's probably one of the best times to do it. You might want to add it in with your part of your gratefulness, you know, realizing what actually is going well in your life, and using affirmations to reinforce it at the end, you know, to reinforce that you are going to have a good day. Great for things like weight loss, to keep you on track with your weight loss program, whatever you're doing. Again, if you're a business person or entrepreneur, and you're, you know, being self-employed can be a struggle, a bit of a continuous struggle sometimes. And by reinforcing your why, the reason why you're doing it, the affirmations on a daily basis, can help give you that energy and drive to really take your business by the horns each day. Give it a good shake, rattle it up, and keep it pushing forward. Okay. So these affirmations can be done for all sorts of things: low self-esteem, stress, weight loss, success in business, whatever you want to use them for. And you can, like I say, you can make them up, put them in your own words, whatever you want to do, record them on your phone, write them on a bit of paper, but make sure that you listen to them daily. It's almost like a form of self-hypnosis, but because you're doing it, it's your voice and everything else. It's far more powerful than someone else saying it to you. All right. So take it away, have a good look at it, play with it, have a practice, find what really feels good for you. You might feel a bit strange saying it out loud to yourself, and might feel a bit weird, but go with it, push through it, get yourself out of your comfort zone if you need to, because believe me, by the time you finish doing it, at the end of it, you will feel great. You can't help but smile at the end of 2 or 3 minutes of affirmations. You can't help but have a smiley face on. It's amazing. And that's the time when you've done it and you've had a practice, that's the best time to record it on your phone or whatever you want to record it on. So you can have that positivity sound in the voice when you're using it. And really punch them out there. I'm going to have an amazing day today. Right on. Okay, so really punch them out there whenever you're recording them. Really put yourself into it. Just pretend you're an actor or an actress or whatever you want to call it, and just throw yourself into a bit of a Shakespeare, put on a funny voice, whatever you want to do. And then you'll be even happier, because it'll just make you chuckle a little bit while you're listening to it and reinforcing all those good positive thoughts. Wow. Fantastic. I don't know what else to say. I just hope you take this, use it, abuse it, make the most of it, because it's a fantastic tool and it's going to really change the way you feel each and every day. And if you ever get to the low point during the day, do it again. It would be fantastic. Pick yourself up, shake yourself down, good positive thoughts, solid affirmations for yourself, and you're going to have, you can't help but have a wonderful day. All right. Take care. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.